Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. Let's talk about Shaq saying the reason why he left the Lakers wasn't because of Kobe Bryant. They wanted him to take less money, and he wasn't willing. He wasn't willing to. So the Lakers wanted Shaq to take a pay cut, and Shaq was like, "No, not doing that. I want my money." And I'm saying this to say, in today's NBA, you'll get crucified or chastised for not sacrificing money so the team could acquire more players or build. But Shaq left the Lakers because they weren't willing to pay him the money he wanted. But they'll crucify somebody like Carmelo and say, "Oh, he chose the money over winning championships." Like, think about that. That don't even make sense. How can you penalize somebody for wanting their money? Isn't the reason why we play the game is to get paid, to make money? Yet the new media, they'll crucify you and say, "Oh, you didn't go play with this team or you didn't join this super team because you chose the money over winning rings." Because at the end of the day, rings could feed your family, basically. You could buy food and car and things with rings. Rings is financial gains. I mean, yes, rings is great for your legacy, obviously your career, but you can't expect players to sacrifice getting paid just so they could win championships. If you are lucky enough to get both, great. That's a win-win. But not everybody's in that situation. Hence why a lot of players leave teams after one season, like Monk, and you could expect Austin Reeves to possibly leave the Lakers after this season because money. He's going to get bigger offers, and you're not going to leave millions of dollars on the table to take a pay cut to potentially win a ring. That's the reason why Shaq left the Lakers, basically, because of his money. He wanted all his money. Dr. Buss wasn't willing to show me the money. So Shaq said, "All right, peace out." So despite all the rumors of Kobe and Shaq is feuding, which they were feuding, despite the rumors of Shaq left because, him and Kobe was feuding about whose team it was or who was the man. That wasn't the case. That's not the reason why he left. He left because of his money. It wasn't a feud with Kobe. It was none of that. The Lakers weren't willing to pay him what he wanted, so he went to Miami. So this is what Shaq had to say. "The reason why I got traded, it wasn't about me and Kobe's beef. It was that they wanted me to take less money. I'm not doing that," Shaq said. "I got money. I had money. I just should have been like, all right, I'll raise you enough. It's your team now. I know what I'm going to do. I'm still going to do my 28-10, but I was like, nah, I want 150 million. Looking back in hindsight, Shaq said if he was able to do it all over again, he would have stayed. He would have stayed with the Lakers for the rest of his career instead of leaving in 2004 to join Wade in Miami. Just imagine his legacy if he stayed as a Laker, and he would have won more chips with Kobe. They would have won more. They could have won 6. Just imagine how many rings Shaq would have won if him and Kobe stayed together. Kobe won 2 by himself. So imagine Shaq with Kobe. Even as he got older, he could have won 6 rings, maybe 7. But that's just how things go. You do things, and then in hindsight, you look back and you're like, man. So Shaq said, if I had to do it all again, I would probably have a meeting with the family. What y'all want to do? You want me to take less money? Take a lesser role? Stay here? Or do y'all want me to be Shaq? O'Neal added, "See, that's ego. The ego still got me what I wanted. I still went to Miami. Pat took care of me, and I still won one. But I would have liked to stay in LA the rest of my career." So that is Shaq's only regret, is that he never stayed in LA and, finished his career as a Laker, which would have been huge, looking back in hindsight. But, you do things, and later on in life, you look back and you're like, man, I should have stayed down with Kobe. We could have won more championships. I would more than likely won more MVPs possibly and have a bigger legacy. During the 2004 NBA preseason, Shaq made it abundantly clear that he wanted to get a big contract from Dr. Buss. Yeah, so he was trying to secure a huge payday from the Lakers prior to being traded to Miami. And can you be mad at that? The man wanted his money. He wanted to be paid. I mean, considering all that, it doesn't make any sense because he took a pay cut to join Miami. So even though he left the Lakers because they didn't give him the money he wanted, he went to Miami for less. So he took a pay cut. So essentially, he did the same thing that he could have done in LA, which is kind of backwards, but that's what happened. When he could have stayed in LA, played with Kobe, won more championships, maybe 5, 6, maybe won another MVP, who knows? Even though his legacy is great, could have had even a bigger legacy if he stayed in LA. But, what's done is done. But this is proof, man. And he's not the only person that said that. But this is proof that players want their money. And you should want your money. Why should you not get your money? So when they crucify Carmelo, oh, he should have went to this team or he should have went to that team. He would have possibly had championships. How can you be upset with somebody for getting paid? I don't have no problem with it. If Melo was like, you know what, I wanted my money. So what's wrong with that? So people make it seem like, or the media make it seem like it's a bad thing for players to get paid. So if you choose money over a ring, that's a bad decision because rings could feed your family, basically. I don't have any problem with it, man. I mean, if you want to get your money, get your money. If you want to get rings, get rings. David West went to the Golden State Warriors, right? Took a pay cut, hoping he would win a championship. It didn't pan out. Kevin Durant got hurt. Klay Thompson got hurt. And he lost millions and he didn't win anything. And that's the risk you take when you try to chase rings and give up millions of dollars. Montrezl Harrell went to the Lakers, lost a ton of money playing with LeBron. So at the end of the day, I don't have any issues with players getting their money. The owners are billionaires, right? The owners have billions of dollars. So why should a player take a pay cut? Why? I mean, if you're willing to do that, cool. But if you're not, I don't see the problem. My motto is get your money. If you could get a championship and get your money, great. If you only have one option and you want to get your money, great. I don't have any problem with it. And Shaq is proof that players want their money. Even though the media try to, chastise and crucify players who choose money over winning championships or rings. Like, what do you play sports for? What is the reason why you report on the NBA and sports? Would all these media personnel be doing it if they didn't get a check? No. Yet they will tell players to sacrifice money, millions, to win rings. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing? But as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.